Hi guys, Geoffrey here. So before I show you Eli's testimonial, I want to let you know a bit more about who Eli is. So Eli is a poet. And so you're going to be hearing him when he expresses his stories in a very animated way, in a very fully expressive way. And the reason why I'm giving you this preface is that Eli has a wonderful story to tell you guys, and he's a wonderful storyteller, a wonderful poet as well. And I want to make sure that nothing he says gets lost here. So with that, I'll leave it to Eli to tell his story to all you guys right now. Thanks.
"I hate you," she said, behind a snot-faced, teary eyes. "It's hopeless. We are never, ever, ever getting back together. And I'm in love with somebody else. About 6 months ago, my wife and I cheated on each other. I was needy and toxic. Every time I tried to heal our relationship, I just pushed her away, like even further. I moved out and signed up for relationship revival. Took some time and space apart to focus on myself. And it's the best decision I've ever made in my life. I don't think I've ever spent my money better. Since signing up for this program, I've gained my power and conviction back. And I've learned to listen and communicate, and restored a lot of the safety in our relationship that I previously destroyed. And this program, it helped me navigate through my wife's affair to find my own peace and happiness as an individual, so that I could be there for her and to be a rock for her through her crisis. And about 2 months ago, she ended her affair and moved 3 hours away from him and closer to me. At one point, there was a point where she completely cut off communication, except for a hi bye when dropping off the kids. And just recently for Father's Day, just an example of how much better things have gotten between us. She invited me to dinner with the kids for Father's Day, paid the bill, and it was the best dinner date of my life. And I just had a blast, just being there, being present, enjoying being with her and the kids. And I think she had a good time too, because about halfway through the night, she was like, "You know what, we should do this once a month, because I think it would be really fun." Recently, 5 days ago, I had a catastrophic meltdown. I've been pushing myself to the limit, testing my new self, and taking more hours at work, taking more time with the kids. And unfortunately, I pushed myself too far. I took less time for me, less sleep. I was drinking more coffee, eating more food, and taking care of my health less. And which is a problem, because I have Crohn's disease, a chronic incurable disease, and it was just too much for my body to handle. I pushed myself too far, and my body just broke. I had a nervous breakdown, a pain and stress-induced breakdown. Went to the doctor, got an MRI, found out I have wounds that have opened up in my intestines that are bleeding and infected, and just got a referral for urgent surgery. Haven't been sleeping or eating, and the old me would have gone through this and broken down and crawled into a dark hole somewhere. But I immediately saw this, believe it or not, as a blessing, as a time to slow down, to check myself, to take a break, spend time with my kids. I drove the day after I broke down, an hour and a half to go see my kids. And I was sleep deprived, wasn't eating. At some point, my wife, my partner, yelled at me. she got mad and told me to leave. And the old me would have been like, okay, fine, and gotten defensive and like stormed off and just left. But instead, I was able to listen. I stayed composed. I just smiled, and I let her take a minute to compose herself, and I stayed, and stayed with my kids, and ended up staying the entire day with her and the kids. Went to the beach, had a blast. We talked and we hung out. We had a picnic. I laid the kids to sleep, and then when I was about to leave, she invited me to stay and hang out and just have some one-on-one time with her and to talk with her, which was a big surprise. And we talked for hours, and like she opened up and more about like why she wants a divorce, and like broke down crying, and I listened. I just was able to really listen and be compassionate and understand her and let her know that I love and support her. And like even despite like the physical pain that I was in, that like I wasn't sleeping, that I was sleep deprived and just had like this nervous breakdown and was intense pain, I was able to listen and stay composed when she talked about divorce and the reasons why like she wants a divorce and the pain that she's in. And she laughed and giggled and blushed and called me crazy when I was able to like use some cheesy analogies to let her know that nobody is gonna work as hard as me. Nobody is willing to fight as hard as me for her and our kids and our family, and that one day I'm gonna win her back. And it feels pretty fucking good to be able to go through like that much stress and that much pain and that much resistance from life, and to be able to completely stay like composed and at peace and to like roll with the punches feels pretty like fucking amazing. And I feel unstoppable. I feel like nothing can stand in my way, and I'm just enjoying the ride, enjoying the journey, having the time of my life, and like just taking it one step at a time, because I know that time is on my side, and that like every time I lose, I can just press restart and come back stronger. And like that's the power in relationship revival. It's beyond anything I ever expected. The like help and the support and the community is beyond anything I ever expected. And I signed up, desperate to save my relationship, but instead saved myself and like found myself. So if you're considering like signing up at all, definitely recommend it. It'll blow your mind. Okay, peace.